crisis for the geek kind. Top geek officials admit they underestimated the hipsters' defense capability. Join the geek revolution and save the galaxy. Geeks from all over the globe are joining up to fight for the future. They're doing their part. Are you? Want to know more? Join Weeby Geeks and the Geek Revolution and save the world. Service guarantees citizenship. Listen to Weeby Geeks podcast on iTunes and Stitcher or online at weebygeeks.net. Weeby Geeks, your voice for the Geek Revolution. Want to know more?
This is Ross Marquand, Aaron from The Walking Dead, and you're listening to the 365 Flicks podcast.
Definitive 365 cut. These are the meaningless ramblings of a Scottish redone whore and a pissy ex-video store clerk. Their ongoing mission is to set right the movie wrongs. They're gonna need a bigger podcast.
So, we've been to see it.
Yeah.
We just got home, and we're gonna do a little bit of a cheeky mini reaction before we do our main episode on Suicide Squad. Yeah, so we're going to keep this as spoiler-free as we possibly can, but it is 12:30 in the morning, and we're both pretty fucking tired. Mm-hmm. So if anything slips out, then, well, what are you going to do? So, what was your initial reaction then, Kev?
Yeah. 100% yeah. Million percent yeah. I fucking love this movie. I absolutely love this movie. It's not without its flaws. It has its flaws. Story's maybe not as polished as it should have been, given a little bit of time. But fuck me, yeah. That is my overall opinion right now.
Fuck me, yeah.
Fuck me, yeah.
Okay. I wouldn't go as far as fuck me, yeah. I think... I love the characters of the Suicide Squad and everything. I thought everybody was absolutely spot on. People in the movie that I was expecting to go in and hate. Will Smith, for example. Yep. Jai Courtney, for example. Joel Kinnaman.
Are we going to officially retire Jai McCourtney and just call him Jai Courtney from now on?
I think we should have retired Jai McCourtney, but it's not that easy.
It's not
After
easy.
beer and cider, it's not that easy.
Because for a long time you thought that was actually his name.
I did, yeah. A lot of the guys who I thought were going to annoy the hell out of me didn't. I thought Will Smith did a fantastic job. Jai Courtney did a fantastic job. He was funny as hell. Pretty badass too.
Yep.
The main problem that I had with the movie was the big bad.
Yeah, it wasn't necessarily a big bad per se. I mean, Enchantress kind of was the big bad, but
Spoilers.
It was very much just kind of faceless villains, henchmen, as you said before, henchmen. But I didn't have a problem with that because you had the Chitauri in Avengers 1 and you had the Ultron robots in Avengers 2, so that didn't really bother me.
It wasn't so much the henchmen, to be honest, for me.
They were shit.
I mean, when they first fought them, they looked quite threatening. Yeah. They were quite hard to kill when they first fought them in the street.
Yeah, they had rock faces.
They were quite hardcore,
yeah.
And then they kind of slowly got less and less hardcore as the movie went on.
Yes. As the team were getting stronger together.
Yeah, I suppose. No, it wasn't so much the henchman, to be honest. It was the big bad. It was the witch and that stupid big bastard.
That's not a spoiler. Everybody knew Enchantress was going to be the baddie. It's not a spoiler.
I didn't get away with it. I just couldn't get away with it at all.
It wasn't great. I quite liked her as Enchantress. I just wasn't keen on her being the big bad, as you say. Her brother, her sidekick kind of thing, wasn't amazing. It was just kind of like Thor, the big metal thing in Thor.
Yeah. It
was sort of just a bit like that.
It did actually, I did think of that actually during the movie, yeah.
But other than that, you take away that, there's been a lot of criticism on the story saying that it's a convoluted mess. I honestly didn't think it was. I think the movie jumps right in. We meet Amanda Waller, we meet the characters, we find out who they are, what their special abilities are, what their traits are, and then shit goes south and they have to go into action. I thought it was... People are... Okay, there's not a great deal of plot there, but there doesn't really need to be. It's just, let's get into this.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've got nothing against the... I love the way they introduced the characters. Yeah. And, I mean, what more do you want from a plot? Shit's going down. You send in the Suicide Squads, go. So, like, your... Whoever, your sort of big army guys don't get killed. Yeah. And they do, instead. Because they're expendable, basically.
But that's what I mean. Like a lot of the criticism has been that it's a convoluted mess of a story, and it isn't. It's a very, very simple story.
Yeah, I wouldn't agree with it being a mess of a story. I thought the movie flowed well. I thought that other than the witch stuff, I was really enjoying the movie. It was just and again, spoilers here for the next few seconds, but the bit towards the end of the movie where she's like doing whatever the fuck with it and building a big machine.
It was very much Sigourney Weaver, straight out like Ghostbusters. Like there's a huge portal in the sky, kind of let's take it down. Yeah, but
I couldn't get away with it. That whole bit where the building the machine and the machine's fucking destroying shit and all that.
It was just big bad mentality. Just like what else are they gonna do?
Well, I'm not writing the movie. That's not my problem. I didn't like it. It took me out of the movie. So for me, that could have been done better. I didn't like it.
So you talk about the flow of the movie there. One thing that really pulls this movie together, and it is fucking awesome, and I think we're both going to be buying it tomorrow if it's out, is the soundtrack.
Fucking right. I love the soundtrack, yeah.
Like we say, we will be doing a full episode going in depth. This is just a quick sort of instant reaction. I'll put this out as quick as possible. But literally, that fucking soundtrack was the balls. Just every song you had... all over the Watchtower right at the start. That was an awesome intro to the film. You had the Spirits in the Sky from... everybody's going to say that they ripped off Guardians. I pointed it out. Everybody's going to point it out.
It's a well-known song, for fuck's sake.
It's a very well-known song. And you had the Queen song that was in the trailer. And then even the end credits, you had 21 Pilots doing the end credits theme, which was fucking brilliant because I love 21 Pilots. They nailed this song.
The one that I enjoyed the most was, I think it was when they brought them off of the plane, right. And they were kind of lining them up next to the army guys, and it was Seven Nation Army.
Yep.
And that was so cool. I love that song.
And then when they were tooling up, you got Eminem.
That's right. That's right.
Eminem. I mean, it's a hell of a soundtrack. Again, is it going to be as big as like sort of Volume 1 soundtrack? I don't know, but there's some pretty fucking big songs in there, and every one of them hit for me. Characters. I know you said a little bit there, but we'll just dive into some characters. Joker, where are you sitting? Jared Leto.
I'm not gonna comment on the Joker just yet. Cool. I think I either need to see it again or I need to process.
Yeah, I loved what I saw. I didn't see enough to form an opinion. Yeah. Like you say, pretty much everything we saw was in the trailer. I think every scene that we saw him in, there was a piece of it in the trailer. Yeah, 100%. A couple of scenes that weren't in there, when they were like filming it, and you got that thing that leaked there when he slapped Harley outside the car. That didn't seem to be in the movie. I was a little bit worried, like, why is that? But apparently that's like there are scenes that they filmed that aren't in there, as there always are. I loved him. Thought he was great. However, I can't say much. Because we didn't see him. We didn't see a great deal of him.
Yeah, that's it. I don't think there was enough of him in there to form an opinion. I think I would agree with you. I think it's Jared Leto. You're always going to get a good performance, but I think
for what he does, it's a very interesting take on the Joker. This one, he's basically like a gangster pimp / terrorist. which yeah, I like, but it's very interesting. It's a different way to go, but
if you didn't go a different way, you're just going to get people saying you're not Heath Ledger.
yeah, and he's not Heath Ledger. But maybe when we get a big Joker villain-driven movie, maybe he will be.
Oh, I'd love to share that. Yeah. So who else we got? We've got Will Smith. Let's go with Will Smith.
Yeah, Will Smith. Our biggest problem in the casting from the very start, we were worried it was going to be the Will Smith show. It a little bit is, but I actually kind of loved him.
You know what? I would agree with you. That was probably my biggest concern going into it. Was, the lines like that were in the trailers. Let's go save the world and all that bullshit. It wasn't in there.
It wasn't in there.
And I was quite glad about that. But I thought he put in a good performance. The stuff with his daughter wasn't annoying.
You did kind of wince. It's a little bit of a spoiler. When the kid turned up at the end.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
I saw you wince.
I didn't like that.
I actually quite liked it, and it did make me go.
It was mostly. It wasn't necessarily because of Will Smith.
Yeah,
it was just.
Scenes.
It was mostly because of all the witch bullshit.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, just fucking do it already! Come on."
When you see the movie, you'll know the scene that we're on about. They do try and pull your heartstrings in quite a few moments. Talking about heartstrings, El Diablo fucking stole this movie for me. I absolutely love that character, and I want to see more. Jay Hernandez, well done.
Yeah,
big time.
Yeah, definitely.
I think he earned the right to tell the critics to kiss his ass. I do think.
I love that.
Margot Robbie,
perfect. Absolutely perfect.
That's my Harley.
Yeah,
100%. That's my Harley. Yeah.
You mean not the last that was outside the cinema? That
no, not that beast. but we'll never talk about that again. But yeah, very animated Batman, kind of the way she was acting. It was fucking brilliant, but very grounded as well. Very grounded in sort of like with that New York sort of Staten sort of accent. Like great accent on her. Absolutely loved Margot Robbie, and we even got a little glimpse. Spoilers, but we even got a little glimpse of the original Harley outfit.
Yeah, I did think you would like that when I saw it.
I
yeah.
in my pants. I really did.
You know what I did actually really fucking love was the scene in the bar.
Yeah, great.
When we get the sort of backstory of El Diablo, and she's going, own it.
Yeah,
and she's
really
going, what the hell did you expect to happen? You were going to go and to soccer practice and pay car loans. I love that. I love that little monologue.
I think that the best thing about that scene is like that this movie, everybody sort of has their little moments, but in that scene, everybody has a moment together, and it sort of brings the whole. It's what it's meant to do. It brings the squad together, and it's a fantastic little scene. Really, I thought well written. People have been slating the writing, which was David Ayer, the director. I thought that was well written. There are places where it's a bit fucking hokey, the writing, but I honestly, I could not. I can't complain about this movie. I can't.
I've got, man. We'll get to a score in a second.
Yeah.
So other ones, you've got Killer Croc.
Loved them. Again, not a massive great deal of them, but what we did see, I got enough of them.
I think he's never going to take over the whole movie, though, is he?
No, he's not that kind of character. It was a weird character, bit of a strange choice for the first run out, like movie wise, but I was alright with it.
I loved him. I thought it was great.
Mr. Echo from Lost, so.
Katana.
Loved her. Again, not a massive great deal of her, but what we did get was brilliant.
She was pretty badass.
Yeah, we got a nice little bit of her backstory. We got a nice little feely moment with her when she was talking to the sword. Could have done with seeing a bit more of the sword, the soul thing.
Yeah, I quite like that idea. I'm gonna have to give it a go with my samurai sword.
They mentioned it, and then they didn't really do anything with it, apart from when she was kind of speaking to her husband. But Joel Kinnaman.
Yeah, he was fine. I mean, I've got no issues with him.
I'm going to lump those two characters together because I always call them generic turd-faced Kinnaman and generic turd-faced Jai McCourtney. They were both stand out in this movie. Kinnaman as Rick Flag. I would have preferred Tom Hardy, but Kinnaman as Rick Flag was brilliant, and Jai McCourtney as Boomerang was just miles better than I ever thought.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there were so many scenes where I was laughing out loud with him. I mean,
he was the comic relief. Yeah. He was, and it worked. It really worked. Wasn't expecting the little cheeky cameo with who caught him, no spoilers here. That surprised me. Good surprise though. Got some nice Batman scenes. Ben Affleck still looks badass as Batman, so that was nice. Amanda Waller, I loved her. Viola Davis.
Yeah, sure.
She was great. Again, as I said to you before, she wasn't big enough for me. Like I know in the comic.
Yeah, I didn't get what you meant there.
In the comic book, she's a big fat woman, and she wasn't in this. She's actually quite tiny in this, so that was a bit strange. Cara Delevingne, not bad as Enchantress. I know you couldn't get away with that, but it's the mysticism and the magic and the witchiness. It can go one way or the other.
Yeah, I just didn't agree with it at all.
It'll either work or it won't. One question though, what is Warner Brothers DC fascination with having common in these Batman movies and having the Joker kill him every time?
What? Say that again.
Common, he's a rapper. Now he's an actor. He's a rapper / actor. In The Dark Knight, you know the scene when the Joker comes in and he does the pencil trick. You know the guy on the other side of the table who's like, "I've had enough of this clown," and then he says 100 grand alive. You know, so much dead. That's Common, right? And the Joker kills him in The Dark Knight when he tells the Scar story. Common is also the guy in the nightclub that the Joker, spoilers, kills towards the start of the movie.
Oh,
that was him again. Why are they casting him in these Batman movies just to kill him? And why are they having the Joker kill him? It was just something I picked up and I was like, this is a bit nuts.
I didn't get that at all.
You got to look deeper.
I just thought it was an actor. I didn't really put it together, to be honest with you.
There's no real point talking about Adam Beach as Slipknot because he did fuck all. He was introduced and then he was de-introduced.
You had to have one of them get killed. I mean, he was really the perfect choice to kill off, you know.
Yeah, he was just generic turd face. Yeah. Pretty much. Overall, I love this movie. This is 100% the movie I needed to see right now. If anybody's talking about anything like superhero fatigue, this is what you need. It'll totally rejuvenate you. This Deadpool, it's 2 movies this year that they're gonna put you back on track with these superhero movies, and hopefully when the fans get to see it, they won't be as bitchy as the critics, and they will just fucking ease up a little bit.
I think fuck the critics. So what's your score out of 10 then?
Out of 10, I'm going to give this a badass solid 9. I fucking love this movie. I might have to do some rejigging over the next couple of days, but I'm going to put this in my top 5. I fucking loved this movie. It was fun. It was entertaining. I loved all the characters, bar maybe 1 or 2. And I just had a blast with it. And I didn't have to think too much. You know, where Batman vs. Superman, you kind of have to think a little bit. Civil War, they gave you a lot of information to take in. I didn't really have to think too much. It was just, let's get in here, let's do the job. And Mike Lowry. Yeah, I fucking love this movie.
Yeah, I can't go that high.
I knew you wouldn't.
It's a 6 out of 10 for me.
6?
Yeah.
It's better than average.
It was better than average. I had a great time watching the Suicide Squad characters. It was a lot of fun watching them. You know, there was a lot of good laughs. There was a lot of good action with it. But the big bad witch in the movie, I could not get away with it. I hated it.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. And maybe when I watch it again, my score might drop. This is an instant reaction. It's why we did it.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's a good point. You know, that I do want to watch it again. I said that pretty much as soon as we got out of the cinema, so that's a good sign.
1,000,000%. But, yeah, this was it's just completely different. It's fun. It's the fun we used to have when Iron Man first came out. It's the fun we used to have with the old Batman movies. It's just a good, fun-ass action movie. And I wouldn't necessarily have even put it in the superhero comic book category. It's just a good-ass action movie. And that's what I was hoping for. I didn't want to go in and have Batman vs. Superman. I didn't want that. I didn't want to go in and have the Winter Soldier. I wanted to be entertained, have some characters I can get behind, and just enjoy myself with a nice big bowl of popcorn and some juice. And I did. I came out feeling extremely, not exhilarated, but I felt fulfilled, basically.
Fair play. Fair play. Yeah, I mean, Well, as I say, I had a good time watching the movie, but I couldn't get away with the villain at all. At all.
It wasn't amazing. Like the villain wasn't fantastic. I quite liked what Cara Delevingne did with it, but there was only so much she can do because she's not an actress. She's a model, for fuck's sake. You know, I think she was only really there.
I don't think I've seen her in anything, to be honest with you.
She's only done a couple of little things like paper towns. You know, she's not really done much, but I think she was only there to do all that hand wavy stuff. Really, to be fair.
And hip wavy stuff.
And hip wavy. She had very nice hips. She was good at wiggling those hips.
That was a bit fucking ridiculous, wasn't it?
Not as good as Margot, though. Margot had the hips.
Absolutely not as good as
all the curves in the right places. Wow. Margot... I really wanted to come out with this movie saying Margot Robbie was 100% the best thing about this movie. I don't think she was, though. I really thought Jay Hernandez was the best thing about this movie. I loved the character. Yeah, he was a bit of a whiny bitch, like you said. There was just something about him that made me want to see an El Diablo movie. And I didn't think for 1 second, of all the characters, when you put them up in a lineup, that was the one character that I thought, that's not going to bother me. He's just some weird Mexican, does fire. And I thought, he's not going to bother me. And it turned out he was my favourite part of the movie. I just loved him. But I like Jay Hernandez as well. He's a good actor.
I think my favourite part of the movie, and I never, ever thought I'd say this out loud, my favourite part of the movie would probably be Jai Courtney.
He was brilliant. He was brilliant. I really enjoyed him. Just, it's so nice when you're wrong about someone. Definitely. You know, we spoke the other day, or maybe it was yesterday, I don't know. And I said to you, I'm expecting to come out of the cinema saying that Will Smith was good in it and Margot Robbie was good in it. I think we could probably say that. I think that takes it to a 7 for you if that's the case.
Okay, I'll take it to a 7, just for you, because it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I want to go to bed.
I might end up dropping mine down to an 8, but right now
you're going to do that.
Right now, I mean, I put Batman vs Superman. I put that at a 9. Still stand by that. Even the Ultimate Cut, I would probably take it to a 9.8 because I love the Ultimate Cut. But this movie right now, it's sitting at a 9. I might watch it again, and I might go, you know what? I was still flying high off the fact that I got some action. I got everything I wanted. I didn't get Harley swinging the mallet. I wanted Harley to swing the mallet. You saw her with the mallet. She didn't use it. I'm a bit gutted about that. Maybe that's why it's not got a 10. But I did. I walked out of that cinema feeling, you know, like when we walked out of Star Wars and we were like, and then it took a couple of days of like talking about it and mulling over it and then watching it again. And then you're like, actually, I really fucking enjoyed that. I walked out of the cinema thinking that was brilliant. Just, I felt so fulfilled in what I'd just seen. And yeah, I think if David Ayer wants to come back and do another one, which I hope he fucking does.
Oh, we need a sequel. We definitely need a sequel.
I'd go so far as to say maybe David Ayer should be on level pegging with Ben Affleck and this whole DC universe, and let's work it out between them, because he's a damn fine director. Training Day is amazing. Fury's good. He's a fucking brilliant director. Just leave him in there and let's crack on, because I loved it.
You know, I'd love to see right now is a Batman movie with the Joker and Harley.
We're gonna get that. I'm almost 1,000,000% convinced that's what we're gonna get now. Have to.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Batman cameos, brilliant. Absolutely. We all knew Batman was going to be in it. We've seen him in the trailer. Absolutely brilliant. We got a cameo we weren't expecting, and we got a mid-credit scene.
We did.
Did DC need to be doing mid-credit scenes? It was nice, but do we need them?
Not necessarily. I mean,
could we not just had somebody go on the laptop and like play a quick like MP3 video and just like show that scene on somebody's laptop? You know, like Batman vs Superman. No. We got an end credit scene. It was Ben Affleck basically setting up for Justice League, finding out where Jason Momoa is, basically.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine.
I would have been happy to seen something else, like maybe actually have seen Aquaman do something,
yeah,
or Cyborg, or any of them. Like, I would have been happy with that. What we got was okay. Sets up the Justice League, I suppose. I'm happy with that.
It was okay. It was fine. It was fine. I didn't necessarily need it in there
No,
because we already know he's going off hunting for people.
and I don't think DC
But-
needs to be doing that. DC doesn't
No,
need to be having
that's the
everything.
first time they've done it, isn't it?
Yeah, because I actually thought the Suicide Squad end credit, and by the way, fucking hats off to Warner Brothers and DC for the IMAX opening with the countdown.
Oh, fuck aye, that was awesome.
It was all Suicide Squad-y. It was fucking brilliant. I was like, well done, hats off. And then the end credit scene was stunning again. Again, 21 Pilots over the top. I can never get enough of that. Yeah, I can't complain right now. I'll probably go home and I'll spend the next couple of days and we'll come back and we'll do like a full review. And although this could probably serve as one, and I'll probably come back and I'll be like, you know what? I've had a think, and yeah, that was shit. That was shit. He was shit. I didn't like that.
I don't think you're going to do that.
But as of right now, I feel really good about that movie, and I hope the fuck people are enjoying it because we need people to enjoy this film, and it's an enjoyable film.
It's an enjoyable film. Yeah, I would agree with you there. And yeah, I would agree. Definitely go and see it because it is a lot of fun.
Yeah, and that's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. Yeah. So as Jay Hernandez so perfectly, eloquently put it, the critics can just kiss our asses.
And on that bombshell,
On that bombshell.
that was our half-hour-long instant reaction.
Yeah, and we'll be back to do a full episode, full review. Although I don't know what else we're going to talk about, and we'll figure something out.
Oh yeah, we'll figure something out.
And this will go out as soon as possible. And if you have seen it, I hope you enjoy it. And when we come back for the episode, we have got a couple of little cheeky people. If they come through for us, going to be sending us some little reviews, which will be awesome. So you'll get a bit more variation. And yeah, so we'll just.
That'll about do it. I want to go to bed now, to be honest. Not with you, but
No, I'm not going to bed. I'll drop you off. I can't believe we did this in the car. That's a bit mental.
Innit?
Is that not just like love of the fans? The millions and millions. No,
be fine.
Wonder Woman next though.
Is that the next one?
Well, Doctor Strange and then Wonder Woman like next year. And we all
Is that the next DC movie, Wonder Woman?
We all know that everybody's looking forward to that.
Oh, I can't wait to see that.
Yeah. But yeah, they were there, cracking. Everybody else, cracking. Bit more El Diablo. Possibly. Maybe not, no spoilers.
Well, you don't know what's going to come out of the deleted scenes or extended version as they all now seem to be doing.
I did see a thing on Facebook today where David Ayer said that the director's cut is his cut of the movie. Pissed me off a little bit because, as we all now know, that the ultimate cut should have been released in the cinema.
Definitely.
I would have sat for 3 hours to watch that. It's a totally different fucking movie. Still love the theatrical cut. Love the ultimate cut a bit more though.
You know what? Having seen that, I don't think I'll be watching the theatrical cut again though.
No, you probably won't. And like,
Only thing is though, I bought the 3D version of it,
yeah,
and the ultimate cut isn't in fucking 3D.
that's fine. That's fine. 3D's a fad.
But I bought the 3D version.
And if you are going to watch it, IMAX all the way. IMAX, all the way.
Yep.
Unless some asshole sits in your seat. I was pissed off about that.
Right, we'll call it a night then.
Yeah.